don't know if you guys can see, maybe not as much detail as I can, because I can like literally see the moon, and looking through the camera it looks like it's kind of foggy, but oh my gosh, this is like the perfect looking night with the clouds and the moon. And then like still over here there's like a patch where there's a star. It's beautiful. It's like been raining today. I love it so much. Just thought I would share this like perfect night with you guys. I'm on my way to go get Damon, so I stepped outside and oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I'll talk to you in a bit, guys. Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to day 7 of Vlogtober. It's Friday, so it's good for everybody. I guess everybody who's not me. For everybody who has traditional weekends and stuff. Beginning of the weekend, or tomorrow is your weekend. I have to work today and tomorrow, and then I will be off Sunday though, so 2 days to go for me. I had the day off today. Somewhat productive. I got my movie marquee, part of it started, and I'll be doing the video for that so you can see it. It's, oh my gosh, there's so much more sewing in ends of than I like anticipated with that. But I'm gonna stick with it because I really like the idea that I had with this one. So wait till you see it and then you can let me know. What else did I do today? Oh, so I told you both Courtney and I are really far behind on our gift exchangeness. And I'm waiting for some stuff to come in. I was hoping it was coming in today so that I could get it together. But instead, I got the wrapping paper that I ordered. So I can't show you because Courtney watches, and I want this to be a surprise. I can't show you what the actual paper is that I have for her. But I thought this was really cool. I didn't even know this when I ordered it. It says gift wrap and tags, and it says 100% recyclable. But like they give you all of this information on the back. We spread love, not waste. Here's how our gift wrap helps the planet. Excuse me. It says stuff like it's FSC certified. Our paper mills make FSC certified paper using wood from responsibly managed forests. It's chemical free. Vegetable inks. Our inks are vegetable based and 100% vegan, but we wouldn't recommend eating it. They give you a whole, like, how to wrap like a pro, and they talk about prepping it and a life hack and how to cut it and dealing with the folds, the creases, and the tape, and like all of this stuff. And then they even remind you at the end to recycle. And this did come, again, I don't want to show what it is yet, but it did come with like tags and like all this cool stuff came with it. So that's pretty cool. I got that from Amazon. Central 23 is the name of the company. And there's a website. They're on Amazon, like I said, but there's central23.co is their website if you're interested in looking at any of their papers. And then, should this not be enough, I am going to show you these because I think they're really cool. I got another like set of wrapping paper. It's going to be crinkly. I wasn't thinking. Sorry. Get the crinkle done as quickly as possible. But I thought these were cool because this is like a pack of vintage looking paper. And it too came, now it doesn't say it's like 100% recycled and all that, but it's still really cool. This too came with these Halloween gift stickers, or I could put them, if I don't use them on gifts, I could put them on my like Happy Mail envelopes and stuff. So there's 2 sets of those, which are really cute. I like the distressed looking ghost right here. That's so cute. I pretty much like all of them though. They're really, really cute. And the idea with this was it's like vintage Halloween paper, which the paper itself, I mean, I guess it could be recycled paper, but I'm sure it's recyclable, but it's this big for the sheet, and you get 6 sheets or something like that in here, but each one is a different print. Like this is a Happy Halloween with all these creepy spider webby letters and little spiders hanging off them. I thought that was really cute. And then, excuse me, there's a bunch of vintagey looking, like there's a witch's hat and there's a spooky house, like a tower. There's a few different pumpkins on here. There's a cauldron, a moon. There's a pumpkin in a witch's hat. It says Happy Halloween all over it. R.I.P. So I thought, oh, there's a bat right here. And then there's like some candy over here and broomsticks. It's cute. I think it's so cute. And it has this like vintage look. All of them have this vintage look to them. Here is just stars, like orangey, faded orangey stars, or black stars on a faded orangey background. And then this really cool vintage looking print, which Damon said looked like a haunted house's kitchen. And what else was in here? This little cutesy Halloween party print. There's like a little vampire and ghosty in a costume, and there's a bunch of cute little things. Tombstones and witches. I think that was the last one. Did I show you guys this one? No, this is the last one. There is a bunch of different pumpkins, and it says Happy Halloween, trick or treat. There's some pretty grumpy looking pumpkins on there too, some evil looking ones. This guy's pretty fun looking. But they all have this little vintage look to them, and I thought they were so cool looking. I really, really like them. And then, so that can be for just regular gifts, or if I don't have enough of the paper I got for Courtney, then I will use them. But yeah, I just wanted to show you, like, ever since, like, I have been so, like, I don't want to say anti-Amazon, but almost, like, intimidated by it, because I used to eBay all the time instead. And now that I sort of, like, ventured out of my comfort zone and bought some stuff off of Amazon, now I'm constantly, like, on Amazon. So, Halloween wrapping paper on Amazon. Anyway. What else? Didn't do a lot today besides, like, I cleaned some stuff at the house and got the dusting done. I'm going to get laundry together in a minute here. Like, Damon's doing laundry too, so, like, we're going to fight for the washer, I guess. And I didn't know he was doing it, or I would have done it earlier, because, like, I've had all day to do it. I just put it off. I got the house vacuumed and cleaned the bathroom upstairs and worked on my crochet other than that. So had like a pretty relaxing day to me. So all is good. Then I think that's about it. It was a nice relaxing day after last night, let me say, and the stressful work night that we had, but I guess they fixed that issue. Oh, this was another thing that came on Amazon that I wanted to show you. I got just my little doll stand, and it like just barely fit Eddie. So he stands up perfectly well. Like he stands just fine. It was just like he was a little bit chunky to get in there. They said it was meant to go around his waist. So like I always thought that doll stands went like here. But it's not much of a difference. But this is it like fully extended, because it was like a little, when I bought it, I just thought I got a good price, but that was why I got a good price. I either didn't look at the measurements, or I didn't take into consideration how big Eddie was when I got it, but that's okay. I have Eddie on a stand now, and I just have to clear off this yarn, and he's going to go hang back here by Pete, so the two of them can be buddies. So Eddie is on his stand now. Yay. And, yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to open up one of the baubles, the Universal Monster baubles that we have for today. I'm still wearing my Dracula bracelet. I don't think I'm ever going to take this off. Let's see what we get today. It's basically just little vending machine bits of swag, but, you know, I think it's pretty cool. All right, and they come, like I've showed you before, in these little plastic, as like if you get it out of a little quarter machine kind of thing, they just come in those, and they're just little trinkety toys. So let's open it up and see what we get today. So far, they've all been different. Let's hope that that continues. Ooh. Set that down. And let me open it and get more crinkling. This is like the crinkle episode. Well, this is actually a pretty nice, it's a pin. And it says The Bride of Frankenstein. Let me see if I can get that to focus. Will you focus? Focus? Yes. The Bride of Frankenstein. How cool is that? The Bride is my other favorite, so. And it's a nice pen. It's like, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's metal. And there's 2 backs to it. It's nice. I mean, this is pretty decent quality as far as like a little, you know, prize pin is concerned. So I love it. It'll probably go on one of my project bags, I'm thinking. I have some pins that David had got me that's like I have one that's a little ghost and it says like this is Boo Sheet. And then there's a witch on one with a cauldron and it says Hexy Witch. And then there's Cthulhu, which Cthulhu is a little, this one doesn't fit in kind of thing, but he's so cute that I wanted him so bad. David got him for me. But the Bride of Frankenstein's pin would go really nice with the haunty type of pins. So yeah, I will probably put it on a project bag with them. Yay! I love it. I love it. This was such a good buy. It amuses me anyway. Hopefully it amuses you guys. I think I'm actually going to do another pretty short video tonight. Let's see. Well, we'll see which topic we get here because as you have seen so far in Vlogtober, this is my Stranger Things notebook that was made for me and has, it's kind of like an homage to Elle in different various forms. But inside of it, I have written 31 different theories, predictions, ideas to talk about for Stranger Things. It spans, most of them are having to do with seasons 4 and like predictions for 5. But it does span back some, as you'll see. There's a couple from like previous times. And I'm picking them kind of at random. Like, I mean, I'm skipping around anyway, let me say. So let's pick one and go from there. How about that? Let's see. Okay. I think we're going to go with... I want to do that one. So let's do this one, I think. We talked about Eddie before and the possibilities of him being alive or not alive, or if we just wanted him to be alive, which is definitely, that's like, I throw reason out the window and I want Eddie to be alive. No, I'm a big Eddie fan. So, there is a theory that I said there was other theories spawning from the Eddie's alive theory. There's one specific that has me like, right? This one, you may or may not have heard it before. It's pretty popular. So if you've heard any of the theories, you probably heard this one. But Eddie is, even if he is dead, he's going to be resurrected as Cass. Which I'll explain who that is, but that is the theory, okay? Eddie's going to be resurrected as Cass. Okay, so behind that logic, if you are familiar with D&D at all, you know that a lot of the names for like the baddies especially have come from D&D. The Demogorgon is a monster, like on the list of the top 5 or top 10 like bad monsters in D&D. The Demogorgon is on that list. He may not be described in D&D exactly as our lovely Demogorgon is described in Stranger Things, but the name is derivative of the monster. The Mind Flayer, he's another big bad from D&D. And he definitely doesn't look the same as our Stranger Things Mind Flayer, but his name is still derivative. And then Vecna is a really like big bad in Stranger Things, in Stranger Things in D&D. So you see where they're getting a lot of terminology from the game that the kids like to play. And I think it's just because the kids that's something for them to associate. Because, I mean, if you think about it, that nobody's seen these creatures before. They don't know what to call them. There's no scientific name for them or something to research. So, I mean, that's just what they end up calling it because that's what they can relate it to, right? So, Cass is also a D&D figure. If I have this correct, I think I do. Cass is a vampire. He used to be I suppose he used to be immortal, but he used to be, a mortal that died, I guess, and got turned into a vampire and controlled by Vecna. And we're talking D&D now for a second. And he ended up being like Vecna's like champion or Vecna's like protector or whatever, kind of like his hired hand. Since Vecna was responsible for recreating him, resurrecting him, making him a vampire, however you want to put it. And he's this serious, like destructive, he's like awesome, right? He's a total, like, I keep wanting to say something that has a swear word in it, but he's a bad, you get it. He's awesome. He's like cuts through all of Vecna's enemies, and Vecna would be having a lot more enemies around if it wasn't for Cass. He's definitely like his muscle. And I don't remember, or maybe there's 2 different stories. So I don't know if it's me remembering it wrong or like 2 different ways, or if there's 2 different stories. But Cass has a sword, obviously, because he's a fighter. And his sword is a magic sword. And I think Vecna gave it to him, I think that's where he got it from. It's like a gift from him. But it's like a magic sword that talks to him. And over time, he starts to become affected by it and kind of starts going insane. And the sword, whether it's part of his insanity or the sword itself speaking like the truth, but the sword basically tells him like, hey, wake up, dude. Look at this Vecna guy that you're defending. He's not a good guy. He's not cool. He is evil. You need to do away with him. He'll never suspect you because you're his right-hand man. And, it keeps whispering at him that he needs to kill Vecna. And so he does. Cass is the killer of Vecna. He's the reason that D&D Vecna dies, like his final death, because that's the whole thing with Vecna is you think you kill him and he regenerates or whatever and he comes back. So I don't know if it's regeneration or if it's just like he's so hard to kill, but to get that final kill on him. But regardless, Cass finishes the job, and he's the reason why Vecna's like a lore instead of a person now, because he kills him. And the theory is, okay, so there's different signs that point to this. One being that obviously Eddie's final battle was with Demobats. So he was killed by bats
the Duffers have said before, like, it was brought up by you guys too, but it's brought up a lot about people when they talk about, is Eddie alive? And people are like, no, the Duffers said that he's definitely dead. But the Duffers also have said that the Demobats can't kill. Now, I know they said that in response to everybody freaking out before season 4 that Steve was going to get killed. Or during the break, like between 4 and 4.2, 4.2 or whatever, 4B. Everybody was freaking out that Steve was going to die, that he, and Steve's battle was with Demobats also in the first part of season 4. And the Duffers said, don't worry, don't think too much on it, don't dwell too much on it or whatever. They said, Demobats can't kill. And then one of the Duffers said that was only incorporated because of he's got a big like fear of them, of bats. So he wanted to have like a big scary thing with them. So that being said, if Demobats cannot kill, like he said, only like seriously maim, seriously hurt, is it possible that Eddie did not get killed by them specifically, but maybe he got resurrected? I guess he would have to get killed by them though. But maybe that's the thing. If they kill you, something in their saliva, like with aliens or whatever, like aliens had that acid saliva, maybe they have some kind of Demobat rabies curse in their saliva that while it does stop your heart, it doesn't kill you kind of thing because it turns you into a vampire. Maybe that's possible, I suppose. Because you don't, like, what do you mean, Duffers, that the Demobats can't kill things and then they killed Eddie? What do you mean? Clarification, please. So that's possible. And then the other things that people have noticed is if you look at pictures of the D&D cast, he's got like this shield and he's got, like I said, a big sword because the sword is what talked to him. And Eddie, for battle, when they geared up for battle, that was the weapon of choice for him, was he had his shield and he had his like, it wasn't a sword, I guess, but he had his weapon, and he was very, like, his silhouette was very cast-like, people felt. And I have said, which this wasn't brought up, I don't think, by anyone else, but I can't remember, maybe it was. But I know right when this theory hit, I was like, oh, remember this? And what I remembered was in like the first appearance of Eddie at the D&D game, they're playing D&D and they're talking about the cult of Vecna in their D&D game, and they're trying to kill Vecna. And then from like you're seeing Eddie on the screen, but the other like Dustin and Mike and Erica and excuse me. Oh, oof. Dustin, Erica, Mike, and the two older boys. I can't think of their names right now. Jeff and the other boy's name escapes me at the moment, but those two that are all playing D&D together. Is it Gavin? Jeff's the one kid. Okay. Well, anyway, you know who I'm talking about. They're all like off on the side, like kind of like screaming their disbelief at what's going on. And one of them says something along the lines of, "What? Are you kidding me? You're not Cass." So Cass was brought up from the start. So like Cass is known to them, known to the Duffers and during the game, like as a thing. So it's possible if the kids go renaming things that they can like think of, that however we end up seeing Eddie, presuming that we do, however we end up seeing Eddie again, the kids will basically recognize him as Cass, right? Another clue that people were talking about was this kind of like the predictions given it by Eddie's tattoos. He's got, I don't remember if it was here or if it was one of his chest tattoos when he showed Chrissy his tattoos, But somewhere on his body, he's got vampire bats as a design, because I thought that was cool. And so people are like, oh, that's a prediction, you know, the bat's killing him. And there was something else that I can't think of at the moment that had to do with his tattoos. But people were looking at that saying, like, maybe he really is going to be cast. Who knows? So the idea that maybe Vecna is going to, and because he's in the upside down, and Vecna kind of has a reach across all the upside down and hive mind type things, if the Demobats were there to begin with, maybe he does know that he's there, that the body's there, and he reaches out and takes him and resurrects him. It's possible. I don't hate the idea. In theory, like, if he gets resurrected as Cass, and so he's somebody that Vecna would be trusting, maybe he starts to kind of come to his senses partway through the show, partway through the season, and then he, like Cass, turns on Vecna, and he's like, Cass is the reason Vecna's dead, so maybe Eddie would be the trigger man, you know, the reason why he's dead or why he gets defeated. That would be amazing. So there's a lot to think about with that theory, right? I don't know. And like, it would make me sad all over again to know that Eddie's gone, but he's back like that. But it would make me happy to know that we get more Eddie. And it would make me super happy to know if he was like one of the heroes of the day, like at the end of the day, because that was his whole like arc, was that he, you know, oh, I'm no hero. I notice now that I tend to run at everything, and that just makes me sad at the same time. So anyway, what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's possible that he'll come back and be cast like either for or against Vecna, maybe? Remains to be seen. Obviously, only the Duffers are going to know that, and maybe Joseph Quinn, because he's going to need to know if he's coming back for the next season or not. But yeah, what do you guys think? I love hearing everybody talking in the comments about the theories too. I do. So let me know. I'm all ears. The last thing that I wanted to tell you guys about is story time today. Spooky story time. It's another, like, from my past / something in our town kind of story. And I have footage that I'm going to put at the end of this too, because I'll tell you a second. You'll see anyway. But so basically, there is this old, like, abandoned, long since abandoned, because I mean, we're talking like over 10, 15 years, old abandoned house. And it's just on the outskirts of town. And it's at the end of a dead end road, and there's a big, like, it's one of the dead ends that, yes, it ends in a dead end, but it ends in a big circle, so you can do a turn around and keep going kind of thing. And the very last house at the end there is the long abandoned house. It's kind of like once you tell the story to people, you just take them out there kind of place that we have around here. Like, I think every place has some places like that. This is one of them. And like, I went with some of my old friends like years and years ago, and then every time I end up telling people the story, I end up taking them just to show them and see if we see anything. But there's been, people have talked about seeing like the window, like the curtains move, like they see people or things behind it moving it. There's been people saying that like lights have turned on and off, even though like one would be pretty sure there's no electricity going to that house. I mean, I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like a place that would still, like, especially like I said, having been abandoned for that long. Like, I could see if it just looked abandoned, but people have recently lived there maybe, but it definitely has not had anybody living in it in quite a while. And then I know that, okay, so when I picked up Damon from work, we took a trip out there so that I could do a little bit like a video clip for you guys. So that will be at the end for anything that we did or did not see, and you can see the house then and stuff. But I'm pretty sure I told the story when we were there too. But yeah, my friends and I went and we saw like the curtains move a little bit. We weren't really like too sure of like, oh, maybe we didn't see it or maybe we did. One of my friends swore she saw somebody like duck around the corner of the house kind of thing. And we turned the high beams on and nobody was there kind of thing. Like on different occasions. This didn't all happen at the same time. And then the story that I think I already told you is when we were leaving one time, a car came out of there where there was definitely no car there and came out of there and chased us down the road, like right on my tail until we crossed this trail that's by there it's a big long trail that goes through Michigan, and it crosses that road also. And once we crossed that trail, the car just like vanished. It's like somebody just turned the lights off and it was just gone. So didn't quite know what to make of that. It was enough to like freak us out, and yet nothing happened. So we were kind of like, that's so cool, you know? But yeah, just little things. Like I said, people have just reported seeing little things. Nothing like crazy has happened. I don't know myself anybody who's like gone inside of it, and I definitely am not because I'm scared, but because like it's still a standing house, right? So it's still somebody else's property. I'm not just gonna go, like, it'd be a little different if I knew the person and said like, hey, would you care if, you know, if we go in the house? But we have no idea who owns it. So I wasn't gonna go like on the property or anything like that. So, but anyway, I think I will just leave you guys with the footage. Let me know if I missed anything while I was filming, and if you guys see anything, that would be pretty cool. Let me know the timestamp if you do see anything. Yeah, I've had a couple people tell me in my videos, like there was one pretty recently, and then there was one quite a long time ago. But I've had people say they've seen like an orb fly like behind me or past me or something in my video. If you ever see that, let me know. Like, unless you think it's fiber, that's a different story. But let me know, and like let me know like a timestamp, and I will totally go check it out. And that's awesome to me. But that being said, I think I will end this. So we will have, oh my gosh, 2 pretty short videos in a row. And there's going to be some longer ones coming up because there are some stories that I want to tell that, like I was talking about, I think last night, that I don't feel like it would be a justice to the people or the victims of the people, depending on the case, if I just like breeze through it. So there will be some longer ones coming up, but I shall go for now. I love you guys. Don't forget to stay tuned for the footage, and yeah, so make sure, if you haven't subscribed, by the way, to subscribe. We're like, I think 75 people away now from 3,000. Yay. All right, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow or in the next video. I'm not sure if I have more videos to do tonight. I might. All right, love you guys. Bye.
Okay, so I just picked Damon up, and he's got off work, and I just sprung the question on him if he minds if we take a little detour home, because for spooky story time tonight, I thought, I'm sure by now in the video, since I'll be putting this at the end, that you'll have already seen and heard about this place. So just to let you know, we're gonna go stop by and see if we can see anything. And I've only seen anything like twice, and I've been there a lot, so chances aren't good. You guys can be our lucky charm. How about that? So let us know if you see anything spooky in the video, and yeah, we'll be back in a minute. Bye, guys. Okay, so we found the house, and it's not much to look at from here, but this is it pretty much. well, not pretty much, this is it. There used to be like a garage right over, where's my finger? Right over here. That's gone, fallen down, taken down. And the trees are overhung, so you can't see the top windows right there. The top windows are where we saw the movement. But people have said before that they've seen it down below too. Have you seen anything here before?
I don't come down here.
And my friends and I have been down here. Like me and Joe have been down here with some people from work. Me and my friend Dawn, back in the day, we used to come down here. I've been down here with Amber. Been down here with a lot of people, just hanging out, kind of. Sounds weird, but like showing people the house. And like just knowing like down here is, let me see how far my lights will reach, but this is the end of like a dead end. So we're basically like in the little roundabout area that's down here.
Yeah, right on the other side of the dead end is actually the major highway that cuts through South Haven.
Yeah.
You can see some of the vehicles.
Yeah. We used to get excited because the lights from the semis going the other way would reflect off the upper windows too, and we would think we saw something. But it kind of looks like it's a quiet night tonight. This is the house where I think I was with Dawn and we left here. We were in my old Monte Carlo and we left here, and like as you can see, there's no driveway here, like where the garage used to be. There is no nothing. And when I say there was a garage, that's using the term like loosely too. It was old and dilapidated then, so I understand why it's not there now. And we definitely would have noticed, like there was no front to it. We would have noticed if there was a car on the premises. And when we were leaving out of this house, headlights came out and everything, and a car chased us all the way down the road, all the way down there until there's like a trailhead or something down there that comes out there, and it chased us down there, and then it just like disappeared. So, well, unless we're looking at this later and see something, I don't think it's going to be a very productive ghost hunting night. But you've seen the house now and the spooky trees around it and such, so I suppose we're gonna go and get home.
I honestly thought they were tearing this house down for a while because they had a whole bunch of like trucks and construction equipment kind of stuff out here.
Maybe that was for the garage.
Could have been, yeah.
I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get back and get him back and do another video or two, so you guys will see me soon. All right, I love you guys. Bye.